Hello everybody and welcome to the fourth installment of my Camtasia tutorial videos. This time around we're going to learn how to use the video special effects. So if you go up here to the top left hand corner, what you do is you click on video effects, and right here you'll see the wide variety of video effects that you have available to you. What we're going to do is we'll take color adjustment and we want to add this effect onto our video. Now this is really easy. We just click and then we drag it down to the timeline. As you'll notice, a yellow border appears around which part of the timeline you want to put on. In this case, there's only one video content on the timeline. The top one is obviously audio, so we're going to put that right on there. And look at that, it added the video effect right there in real time. If you want to see what effects you have, you can go down to this little tab, open it up, and you can see color adjustment. From here you can take the color adjustment, and let's say you want it to start right here. So that means it'll go. I'm Ryan Dest, and this... You see that nice smooth transition? That was put in there by the program. I actually didn't program that in. But let's say that you don't like how this looks. You really don't like the black and white. Maybe you want to make it less intense. How do you take the effects on the video and you customize them even further? Well, you go to your excuse me, you go to your right hand side, this little gear tool right here, all right, and you click on it. And look at that, there's your color adjustment right there. Now obviously for your video you have your basic scale, opacity, rotate, you can even change the position, but right here the color adjustment was automatically added. And when we mess around with the adjustments on the brightness scale, it changes it it changes it right there on the video screen. So let's put it right there. We could do contrast. We can even change in the saturation, like so. Is my website. As you can see, now obviously that doesn't really look that great because I just dragged and dropped, but depending on what kind of project you're doing, including importing videos that you've already done. Maybe they're not even screen captures. That's the beauty of Camtasia, and we will talk about that later, about adding content importing content that is not necessarily something that you captured from Camtasia. But what you can do is you can actually, while we have this open, I can show you, we can stack different video effects on top of each other and change them from there. So when we go to drop shadow, we can add a drop shadow to that. And now we've added a drop shadow. The drop shadow position has changed. We can change the angle. We can do an offset, an opacity. These settings right here are really good for when we use stuff like annotation arrows, and which will be in another video. A lot of these are slightly different because what we're doing is putting the drop shadow on top of a video that is covering up the whole screen. You can't even see the drop shadow. So we're going to take that out of there, and we'll go with something. We'll go with something completely different. We'll go with sepia tone. So when we put sepia in, now you have the two you have the two effects on top of each other. Sepia, color adjustment, and that looks really terrible. So I'm going to get rid of color adjustment and just have the sepia tone on there. And as you can see, I still don't like how that looks. Obviously, it's a website tutorial, but in some cases, if you're dealing with moving footage, you can use that to change it up a little bit. You could also lower the intensity, and you can tell it when to ease in and out. Again, you can just do that right here. See, that's changing when it's easing in and out. So I can have it like this. As you can see, I have an About section. I have my art gallery, my flash animation, my commissioned work, my interactive media, my music video projects. So now this is the basic understanding of video effects. Obviously, the video effects work different depending on what project you're using and what you're putting the video effects on. You could put it on an imported GIF image, an imported JPEG image. You could put it on an overlaid video on top of another video. There's a bunch of countless things that we can do. But we're gonna go into I'm gonna go into the second video and go deeper into what we can do with video effects, and that's going to include importing images and importing other such videos.